Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Repentance. It's a little late. It's 7:30. A little late by my standards, at least on a Wednesday night with quite a streak going here. I need a little backlog action, so I'm hitting the stress valve. Since the last episode, I've done Greedier as the Forgotten. Apollyon's totally done. Tainted Keeper's done. Tainted Lilith's done. We got Tainted Lost, Tainted Eden. Tainted Lazarus has made progress. Tainted Azazel just needs Delirium. Tainted Samson, I finished today. Tainted Eve has had a little progress. There's been some good stuff. Let's try it, okay? I'm really into the idea of going through puberty for the 23rd time, which is why my voice is cracking so much, I suppose. I'm really into the idea of once we get like one away from these characters, I don't see, like from their post-it note being done, I don't see a great compelling reason to not, go after that right away. So that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. We got characters that's so good. Oh my god, that's good. I think, to be fair, people really like Anima Sola. I think they mostly appreciate it. Even then, oh dude, that's so good. My hunch is that Anima Sola is still slightly underrated, just because it's tied to like one of the most difficult characters in the game. And all it does for that character really is buy you a little time to not get smacked in the face. Is actually incredible. And it's particularly incredible against high HP bosses that are annoying to fight. Because you can use Anima Sola so many, oh my god, it's the blessed run. So many freaking times to just buy yourself some safety. And now you gotta stop me. I'm turning into that Vince McMahon gif. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm going, oh, but also, like, against Delirium, it's gonna be so good because we'll have the chance to get in there and sneeze. The sneeze makes them take extra damage from their next hit. Then we'll hit them with the Brimstone, and then we'll sneeze, and then we'll hit it with the, oh, man. Okay, like, that's a great example of how not to do that. But, what is, yeah, watch out for that knockback, man. HP? That's HP. In my world, that's HP. What's the game plan here? Defense. Defense. If we get the relic, if we get the nail, I mean, we'd lose Anima Sola, but it was still, I'd probably say the juice is worth the squeeze on that one. We don't need to worry about that argument until it comes up. Let's just put it that way. But really, any way that we can get HP, because Spirit Hearts are hard to come by, or at least harder to come by than, refilling red HP containers that you already have. Oh my god, it's so good. 0 IQ, what if you get Nod Leaf and Stand Still? Giga Brain, what if you get Anima Sola and Mom's Contact, and then all the enemies stand still forever? How about that? That sounds a little bit more up my alley right now. So this is, it's the kind of run you almost find yourself being apologetic for. I'm really like, I'm sorry, I don't deserve this. I didn't choose for the game to give me such incredible upgrades, and no, it's good, it's good. I'm on a bit of an Isaac roll here today. Which is good, because I got about halfway through recording an episode, and then had to stop for baby-related reasons that are totally fine, just the minutia of life. So I scrapped an episode like 11 minutes in. I gotta tell you, you're not missing out. No. You're not missing out on all that much. It was not that good. It was Tainted Samson before I, on stream, unlocked everything with Tainted Samson. It wasn't bad, but it was kind of going nowhere in a hurry. This one is substantially better. Sounds fantastic to me. I do want to go into the boss trap room. I really feel strongly about the idea that those are well worth the time investment. I'm skeptical that this is going to get us in there, but the flip side is that even if it doesn't, if it's just the secret room, that's still amazing. The new secret room pool, I'm accidentally a genius. The secret room pool is now, I called it the new Devil Deal pool. By the way, I really don't know why my voice... Well, I can tell you why my voice is a little scratchy now that I think about it. I had a slightly longer stream than normal. I would say I'm like 3 out of 10 dehydrated. Like, after this episode, I'm due a glass of water for sure. Not that I'm like, you know, I'm not at any imminent risk of, you know, desiccation or anything along those lines. But that's why. That and it's later in the day. This is usually the time of day when I'm, you know, maybe jamming out in the kitchen like Jon Favreau in Chef. But instead, I'm just loving life here, playing a little Isaac. And you might think it's being facetious. It's not. It's a fun game to play, for one. And then on top of that, it's even more fun when it gives you like absolutely everything you could ever want. Like, look at our item tracker, man. You can, what? Hold on. You can get HP as Tainted Azazel? What the heck was I complaining about? By the way, also, this is so much better than we ever could have expected to get here. Like, okay, ha 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 ha. You got me. So what? I got a simple rule, okay? The first thing I want to say is, just before I forget, we want to do Hush. Boss Rush, I don't care. We want to do Hush, because Hush gives us Delirium access. It's the best way to get Delirium access. The second rule is, if things are going well, double down, which is the whole reason I came here to begin with. And I be looking and I be liking Ben Stiller from Meet the Fockers. So we don't get any value, obviously, like out of a doubled Sun card. But everything else, like, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, this is... We got some... Is unexpected, let's put it that way. We're building a narrative now. We're building a narrative. Oh my god, dude. What did I just say? I said when things are going well, keep going. NL, you're gonna be late. You're gonna miss the Hush fight. Nah, man. Nah. Forget about all that, okay? Forget about all that. I will endeavor not to be late. Oh my lord. But at the same time, these opportunities, you know, are 1 in a million. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it, etc., etc. You better never let it go. I don't know how much money this will give us, but we were down to like 0, right? Like a literal 0. We're gonna be at, like, I would say minimum 60 maybe by the time we finish this right here. Even then, I've underestimated it. We're actually at a minimum. It's gonna be like 75, man. 72. Wow. It's so much we may actually / definitely will have to return to our shop. Oh my god, what? Okay. I know now, like, I'll own up to it, okay? There is a genuine chance that we actually miss our, that we miss the Hush opportunity, but we're gonna worry about that when it comes to pass, okay? For now, I'm very content to donate, like, a lot. That's not as much as I would have wanted. But we do like the stopwatch, no question about that. This is not clickbait. This is one of the luckiest starts I've ever had in my entire life. Not to mention, like, you're already a great character to begin with. Oh my god, dude. But then, like... I mean, we now have too much money. Like, and, well, thankfully we got a luck penny. Otherwise, I was going to be very disappointed with how this floor went. So that's unbelievable. I really don't know what to say. We have, leaving the second floor, we have Mom's Contact, the stopwatch, Tarot Cloth, an HP upgrade, Gimpy, a Tears upgrade, and Small Rock. And Anima Sola, and our HP's looking frickin' swell. And we've already donated maximum to our donation machine. So, I'm not gonna lie though, I'm very happy to see an XL floor that might speed us up a little. This is all also in advance of the first Angel deal, which is, I don't even know what to say. Like, It's one of those runs, like, I'm almost, like, I just want to say, I feel like it's dangerous how good it got early, because it makes me think that I might not be on my best behavior for the rest of the run. You know, I'm going to be bantering. Luckily, we exist in a post-banter world, just temporarily. It will return. Most of my banter right now comes from the news. And the big news, by the way, not complaining necessarily, because we're lucky, you know, with where we're at as a country with response to the pandemic right now. But the #1 news story today, swaths of people in British Columbia going to their vaccine appointment, asking if they have Pfizer. When they say, nah, it's Moderna, they're walking away and opting. And I'm not saying it's thousands of people, but there's been isolated incidents for sure. And all I have to say about that is, do you see what you've wrought, you Harry Potter fans? It was all fun and games at the start. Hey, which one are you? Oh, I'm Johnson & Johnson. Oh, you're such a Ravenclaw. That's such a Ravenclaw answer. I'm part of Pfizer. 30 points to Gryffindor. You're a wizard, Harry. Now, all of a sudden, everybody wants to be in Gryffindor. I'm here to tell you, you can't pick and choose your vaccine, okay? Why? Because I got Pfizer, and I need to make sure they got enough left for me. Look, you had your chance. If you wanted the best one, you should have gone when I went. It's a meritocracy. What can I say? Now, there's no use crying over spilt mRNA, okay? Get over it. I'm opening it, man. That's also super good. If I could save that to the womb, I will, but now that I think about it, that's not even wise. I think we should use it soon so we can maximize Tarot Cloth utility for the rest of the game. No, it does make you mad, for sure. I'm not saying, you know, people shouldn't have a right to choose whichever one they want for whatever dumb reason they want to. But they had interviews with, like, a bunch of people on the news, and they were, like, in line for their vaccine. And they're like, which one do you want today? And they were like, I want Pfizer. Okay, fair enough. And then they're like, well, if they only have Moderna, what are you going to do? And they all, like, uniformly went, well, I didn't realize we had so many immunologists that were getting their vaccine appointments at like 11 a.m. on a Wednesday in the most touristy part of the city. Shouldn't you be working at the Center for Disease Control right now with that kind of, you know, minute differences between these two mRNA-based vaccines? Anyway, long story short, you know, keep up the good fight. Appreciate you. And hey, leave those mRNA vaccines. Leave the Pfizers to the people who got them the first time, okay? It's the neighborly thing to do. Can you believe me and the other Pfizer guys? We're in a group chat together, and we're constantly going, did you see what those Moderna lads got up to? Distasteful. Anyway, it doesn't say anything about your personality, but I think it does say something maybe like about mine. Irrespective of all this, if you'll excuse me, we're just gonna ruin this worm's life. Easy enough. Great item. And can I tell you something? We're back on pace. That was fast. It's a pretty good run. I'm just don't shoot the messenger on this one. I'm just gonna abandon this shop. I shouldn't have used my keys so flippantly earlier, but also simultaneously, like, come on, it's looking pretty good. So get your bets in. Will the gate be able to attack a single time in advance of its death? People who bet on yes, congratulations, you are correct today. And you know what? Pay out the super doubters. I don't know if you'd be a doubter or a believer in that situation, but either way. I have to be honest, I was expecting like a 15 out of 10 item here. Just because of the quality of the items that we'd had up to this point. We've had so many, like, you know, natural 20 rolls in a row. That's really good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you on this one. We essentially / definitely could just kill Delirium right now. I'm not gonna force it, because, like, to be honest with you, I'm excited to see where this run goes. And it might look like our damage, like, fell off a cliff. It's not the case. It's really just this scumbag here has so much HP. Get toasted. Okay. I will probably play you. I will. It's my expectation. Let's get a shop going here first. But yeah, how am I doing? I'm doing well. I had a good stream today. It was kind of it was a stream you wouldn't have expected, you know? Dan and I did some Isaac races that were a lot of fun. Then we played literally one game of Fortnite and won. Then I did some very hard-ish Isaac runs and won. Thought the stream was going to end. Ended up going a little bit late. Because the baby schedule is... well, the baby schedule is flexible in the sense that it's unpredictable. But it's also inflexible in the sense that you can't be like, excuse me, baby, this is my normal, like, log-off time. Can you stop nursing and, like, wake up from your nap? You kind of just gotta take the, you know, keep the car warm on that one. Or warm the car up on that one, I think is what I mean to say. Either way, decided to play a Zombs Royale one. Got my first ever solo win in Zombs Royale in 2 games. Then, still had a little bit of time remaining. Did another Isaac run and won. So, like, everything's just coming together today from a digital gaming standpoint. There's no question about that. If you'll excuse me, I would like to... Oh, God. Oh, God. Because your pet, it killed them. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. You know that one? It's a classic, so bad it's good movie line. I'm just gonna get a move on here. Yeah, that seems sensible. I'm very happy with the item we got, don't get me wrong. Now, when I said get a move on, of course what I meant is play this guy until we get paid out here. Shouldn't take too long, I hope. Okay, now that's a slap in the face. I'm not denying it. The run's been good to me, but then you go and do something like that. Just when I thought you couldn't be any stupider. You go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself. Am I, by the way, correct in the assumption now? And I wouldn't even describe it as an assumption at this point. I'm going for it, dude. I'm freaking loco right now. Let's go. Am I correct in the assumption that Tarot Cloth no longer doubles 2 of cards? I believe that's the case. Which is fine. I would just, like, you know... I think I learned it because Greedier Mode, like a common... not even... I was gonna say an exploit, but that's not even really... Or cheese, but it's not even really cheese at all. But a common way to win Greedier Mode is you just happen to find, like, a... 2 of diamonds or something like that and let it ride. But with... and Tarot Cloth, I should say. But, I think I remember... Because I've been playing a little Greedier Mode. I think I remember that doesn't work so well anymore. That's alright. Life goes on. You might look at our HP, by the way, and say, this is starting to get a little spicy. You're right, and you're wrong. Which is totally fine. I think that describes the quantum superposition of opinion that most people are simultaneously in, myself included, with just about every opinion that you have. Because, you know, most opinions are kind of right, and they have shades of rightness and shades of wrongness. And I know people are going to be like, enlightened centrism, well, no, it's not an enlightened centrist opinion. Let me give you an example. I was talking today about, in my opinion, people are both simultaneously a little too lenient, or they don't react as much as I think they should to noise complaints, and simultaneously they react to some that I feel like should be hand-waved. Let me give you a more specific example. Occasionally, you live in an apartment building, you're gonna hear other people. That's the rub of living in a situation where, you know, you got a shared space, you got shared walls, your ceiling is someone else's floor, vice versa. One of the things you hear a lot, you live in an apartment building, is the barking of a dog. My personal opinion on this, I would rather not hear it, but I am also a person who lives in the real world and understands that if you know, do I support people having dogs in apartment buildings? Yeah, I think having a pet is, you know, pretty close to a human right, if not a human right. So I support that. Do I think it's reasonable to expect a dog to never bark? That seems like an unreasonable take to me, but I'm going insane. I'm going insane. You ready for this? So, as a result, when I hear a dog bark, even if it's going a little wild, I don't say to myself, please shut that dog up. I just go, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what I've done here. Why I'm trying to throw it all away. I'm about to risk it all. But there is a flip side to that. The flip side is I actually genuinely think I have less tolerance for preventable noise than the average person. And I don't think a lot of people would admit that. But I don't have a problem doing so. Hold on. Degas, Burkano. Temperance is 5 pills. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Extremely let's go still. Then leave. Okay, 2 explosive diarrheas. Another. Oh, because maybe Tarot Cloth doubled it? Dude, it never ends. It doesn't end. What's happening? Oh, it definitely doubles it because it was a question mark card. Oh my god. I thought that was more than 10 for sure. Just pop it. Get out of here. That's too. What is that? What does Tainted Hanged Man even do? One moment here. The Hanged Man Repentance. Cards and runes. Okay. Hold on. Reversed Major Arcana cards. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Isaac turns visually into Keeper for 30 seconds with a triple shot and enemies drop random coins. Okay, that's not that bad. I want to use Pandora's Box on a secret room, and I think we got plenty of time, just for the record. But preventable noise, I know, I think, as compared to the average individual, I'm a little bit less tolerant, or maybe even like, oh, frick. No, it's not like we would have done anything different. Or maybe even a lot less tolerant. I have been known in the past, and would have no problem doing so in the future, to, you know, it's 3 or 4 a.m., knock on a neighbor's door, and be like, hello, could you guys turn it down? It's 3 a.m. I find it makes your case for you when you literally just state the ridiculousness. Like, we used to have it happen all the time at our old domicile. Hush, Delirium, yeah. And we were keeping, like, before the baby, and before we moved here, so, like, way before the pregnancy even, we kept a pretty late schedule. Like, we were going to bed 1 in the morning on weeknights. You're never going to get better neighbors than us from the perspective of, like, you know, we don't go to bed we don't work 3rd shift, we don't go to bed at 8 p.m. and, like, if you use your coffee grinder at 7:30, I'm gonna be like, knock, knock, knock. But if you're playing music with your subwoofer on, pardon me, if you're playing music with your subwoofer on at 3 in the morning, I'm gonna come over there and I'm very simply just going to state to you, come on, and then you'll be like, oh, you could hear that? And I'll be like, yeah, isn't that why you have it on loud and you were shouting? Usually when people shout, it's either an involuntary reaction to pain or surprise or something. But I guess maybe for you thought it was being quiet because the neurons are wired backwards or something, I suppose. Anyway, when your case is made for you when you just state the literal circumstances and they have to apologize for them. On a fundamental level, if you're simultaneously just unfailingly logical, but also terminally online, you might say, but a barking dog and a human being playing Closing Time by Semisonic 4 times in a row at 3:55 a.m. at maximum volume, with the subwoofer cranked, even though that song doesn't even have appreciable bass. You might say, NL, they're both inconveniences. What's the difference? Well, one of them is a human being that should know better, and the other one is a dog. You know, if you get into a car accident and you're driving, you could be mad. If you let your dog drive, this is a terrible analogy, and your dog gets into a car accident, what do you expect? You can't really be mad at the dog. It's not supposed to be good at that. A dog has never, to the best of my knowledge, a dog's never won the Indianapolis 500, but that would be something that could maybe get me to watch motorsport. Now, I have no idea how Halo of Tears is going to work here, but it's a very sizable damage increase, which is good in my book. Let's put it that way. Okay, we're going one more floor down here. So there's an opinion that's simultaneously right and wrong, in my opinion. My opinion of my opinion is that it's simultaneously right and wrong. Maybe my opinion that my opinion is simultaneously right and wrong is simultaneously right and wrong itself, but that's, you know, we're getting a little bit absurd, I would say. Why is it right and wrong? Well, they can have the same impact on somebody's life, but I just think, like, emotionally, a preventable nuisance is substantially more annoying than one that's hard to prevent. Let's not call it unpreventable. But like when someone your age is dribbling basketballs on a hardwood floor in an apartment building, and you knock on their door, and, you know, you're just kind of like, hey, man, what's up? It's not an intimidation thing. I'm just literally like, you're playing basketball, like in your house. And we don't live in the Hollywood Hills, here in my garage and etc. What are you doing? Anyway, I can't even remember why I got on this subject to begin with, but I do love to talk about it, as I'm sure you can glean. I'll even take it a step further, like, and I think a lot of people would not join me on this one, but the older someone is, until they reach, like, senior citizen age, like elderly age, the older a person is, the more annoyed I get with the noise complaint. The same apartment that is, like, from so many of these stories went through multiple tenants. I can't imagine why. At first, it was vacant. Then there was, like, a 50-year-old single dad who stayed up until 5 a.m. shouting and laughing and doing who knows what in there. And it was always so much more annoying for me when I would knock on his door, and then, you know, this guy that was, like, basically my dad's age would pop out, and I'd be like, hello, sir, shouldn't you be watching, like, you know, bass fishing with Bob Azumi right now? Like, it's 3:55 in the morning, dude. Have you lost your mind? Do you need me to call somebody? Are you okay? I get he must, like, literally have had a twisted schedule, but still. Then our neighbors, he moved out. He's probably, oh, my dickhole neighbor. I keep throwing sweet parties at 4 in the morning on a Wednesday, and he's just jealous he hasn't been invited, so he's trying to ruin my life. He did, when he moved in, I must add, I saw him on the elevator, and I was like, oh, you just moved in, like, to the next one, like, the apartment beside us, right? And he was like, yeah, my old place burned down, so I moved here. And, you know, when somebody tells you that to begin with, you're like, that's a tragedy. Now I'm like, I think that might have been completely preventable. I don't know I don't know the specifics of the situation, to admit. But I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised now with the highfalutin lifestyle you got if maybe that played a role in it at some point. Or maybe it just got struck by lightning. You know, it's been known to happen, I suppose. But then, like, some university students moved in, and I was always still annoyed. But I was more like, I was a cool guy at that. I was like, I get it. Come on. I was cool too once. But come on, guys. Hey, you don't need to pull down my pants like that, and then... Come on, you don't need to pants me every time. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, come on, don't squirt me with ketchup bottles when yeah, I know. Dude, I've been there. I'm cool. I used to be cool one day, just like you guys. I'm still pretty cool. I have a YouTube channel, and I stream on Twitch. No, not just chatting. I play, yeah, I'm like a little bit of a boomer streamer. I play games mostly, but yeah, I'm cool. And like, come on, guys. Like, hey, there's no need to start hurling insults at my family and stuff. Anyway, with all joking aside, I was, you know, in my head internally, I was like, I understand, you know? You're 20 years old. You're living, you know, like 6 people packed into a studio apartment in the city center. Obviously, you know, it's a different lifestyle. I've seen Friends, Ross, Rachel, Jerry, Newman. So what if Seinfeld was Friends? Hold on, I'm working it through in my head. Jerry's on stage. My job's a joke, I'm broke, and my love life's DOA. And I said, it hasn't been my day or month, or even my year, Jerry. Jerry, it hasn't even been my year. My day, Jerry, it hasn't even been my year. Well, I'll be there for you. Yeah, very funny. You guys ever see The Nanny? No, why bring it up? I'm just, are you living for the Renaissance, the Fran Drescher Renaissance, the Franisance of Fran Drescher as a style icon? Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Me too, but me neither. Okay, this is, uh-oh, those things are gonna keep coming. Like forever, maybe, apparently. Yep, I broke it. No, I did not break it. Okay, even better. This run is totally fine, even though I did my darndest to destroy it with my reflection. It's obviously better than totally fine. I mean, we did just beat Hush 28 minutes into the run. But I think it is going to be a little bit more annoying than I thought it would be to kill Delirium, but we're going to try. Delirium's just kind of annoying to begin with, right? By the way, I know what you're going to say. NL, if you wanted some more stuff, you could go down to the Dark Room, and then you could fight Mega Satan, and then after fighting Mega Satan, you would have a 50% chance to still fight Delirium. Now, this is a straw man I've created in my head, but I do feel compelled to ask if you found yourself typing that out. To go from perhaps a 100% chance of beating Delirium to a 50% chance, was this actually motivated from a position of giving good advice? Or was it just you wanted to say that you know that the spawn rate of Delirium after Mega Satan is 50%? I'm not at liberty to give an answer. I'll tell you, by the way, I wish that I had saved the tainted Hanged Man for the potential Delirium fight, now realizing that it carries the power of Quad Shot with it. But it is what it is. It only lasts 30 seconds, which is not forever, but it would have been a long time on the fight, I think. Okay, well done. I think we gotta blow this up. We want some cards. Come on, man. I do still think we'll win. I'm willing to even send it right here, even though this, I was just going to say, seems like an insanely likely place to encounter Delirium. And I think, honestly, that's the play. I think you're going to shoot from afar. Then when you get Anima Sola, you're going to try to sneeze on him. To give you, like, an awesome shot afterwards. The freeze is so good, too. Am I insane, or do I keep hitting enemies into the loop? And thus not hitting the enemies? That's hilarious. I am a genius. Saved. Oh, dude, I was just gonna say, if you get frickin' frozen... I was just gonna say, your whole life's going up in smoke if you get frozen, my man. That's Glitch City. Oh, go... No, don't stop now. You almost got me. Okay, well, that... In my line of work, we might describe that as BS. Maybe even describe it as unfair slightly. I'm happy that the third Animasola affected you, even if the first two, you know, you didn't deem it appropriate. Get the avionics off the screen, man. It's too much. And I think you just gotta embrace, really, that... Oh, that hurt. That the Delirium fight is, like, kind of always a little tough and a little annoying. Like, it would have been smarter to farm. I'm kind of letting myself be motivated by shame here. Because now, like, if I die, the prevailing thought for many people will be if you would just... Oh, jeez. If you had just farmed the floor, you would have been fine. So, as a result, I cannot allow myself to die because I can't deal with that kind of criticism. We are getting a lot of payouts from Gimpy, for example, so I'm happy there. You might say if I didn't have Gimpy, I probably wouldn't be alive right now. Yeah, and if I had wheels, I'd be a bicycle. You know, we do have Gimpy. If the atmosphere was not the exact balance of nitrogen and oxygen that it is, you know, human life certainly wouldn't have come to exist. We could play that game all day. If things would be different, they wouldn't be the same. Source dude, just trust me. I appear to have turned the boss fight into just a static fight. I think I have killed the second Delirium and now find myself merely facing one Delirium, which is pretty sick. No, that was just an enemy. That was not a second Delirium. There you go. A couple more sneezes. This thing's frickin' over, dude. We're back in time for tea. Look, you know what I'm gonna say, okay? The nice way to say anything about the Delirium fight is to say they really upped their game in Repentance. Sorry. But, come on. Alright, that was one of the most carried early game victories I've ever seen in my entire life. We got a hemoptysis. Coughing up blood. For now, thanks for watching. Yeah, I studied Latin diagnoses. You got a problem? Look at that. Dude, we're starting to get there. I know we still got challenges, but hey, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. I'm Sig Radio. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!